It actually wasn't just me. It was actually me and my mom. So sorry about that. I mean, yes, I was accused, but my mom also. So let me give you the context, the background, so you can understand the story a little more. So one time, me and my mom went shopping at Ulta, and she was gonna go return some stuff, okay, that she had bought, like, I guess a long time ago. I don't know how long. So the thing is, when she returned her items, I guess it was past those like 30 days of returning or whatever. So they didn't let her return her stuff, okay? And my mom, instead of putting her items back in the car, instead she put them in her purse, but in like her case, she puts it in a backpack, okay? And so like she put her items that she couldn't return back in her backpack, and she just decides that she was gonna just shop around still. And me, like, I don't think I bought anything that day. I think I was more of like window shopping, just looking at everything and testing everything out. And I remember that day, like, when my mom was shopping too, like, this is kind of important, like, there was even like an employee who was helping her like shop, because there's probably something she wanted that was on the sales floor or whatever, and like I guess it was out of stock, and she probably asked if they had some in the back, like stuff like. So I don't know, I think that the employee helped my mom get it from the back of the store or something like that. But anyway, like, it's important because this person helped my mom shop, okay? But okay, so in the end of like the whole like Ulta shopping, my mom only ended up buying like what she wanted to get, and we checked out and we went on with the rest of our day, okay? Like, it was a pretty normal Ulta run, okay? Fast forward, I would say like 3 to 4 weeks later, okay? I basically think it was like a month later. It felt like a month. Imagine it was only 2 weeks, I swear. Maybe it was like 2 to 4 weeks later, something like that. I go back into Ulta, okay, by myself, and my mom is in the car, right? And she's like taking a phone call, and what's it called? So I go into Ulta, like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna look around and maybe buy something, okay, while my mom's in the car taking her phone call. And I decide to go into the fragrance section, and like smelling like the perfumes, and I probably smelled like 2 or 3 of them. And what's it called? So when I was like smelling the perfume, in the middle of smelling one of them, the Ulta employee that was helping my mom last time, she came up to me and she's like, "Oh, where's your mom?" Or like, "Did your mom come shopping with you today?" You know, she was, asking like, "Is my mom here with me?" Right? And I'm just like, oh, like in my head, I'm like, oh, she must remember me and my mom, okay? Like, okay, maybe she just wants to be friendly and make conversation. And then I'm like, oh no, my mom's not here with me right now, And then just like, oh, okay, wow, I'm actually gonna have to ask you to leave the store. And I'm just like, what? What do you mean leave the store? And it's just like, last time you were shopping, our loss prevention got you stealing, and I was so confused, and I was like, what, me, like, stealing? Like, I wouldn't do that, I think I told her that, but like, I was so in shock. Like, I didn't want to ask any further questions, but like, I left the store because she's like, oh, like, I'm gonna need you to leave, like, you can no longer, like, you're no longer allowed. oh yeah, so she was like you're no longer allowed to shop at this location. Okay. And yeah, I was so confused, and I just, sorry about that. I was so confused that I just left. Okay, I just left the store, right? And mind you, I was only in Ulta. I was only in Ulta for like a few minutes, so I go to the car, right, where my mom is at on the phone, and she's like, "Oh, like you're back so soon. Like, why weren't you? Like, why did you leave so early?" And I was like, "Mom, the lady that like the employee kicked me out of the store. Like, she said I was stealing the last time I came." And my mom was like, "What?" And I was like, "Yeah, she told me that, you know." And my mom, like, she was mad, like she was angry. She was like, "What do you mean stealing?" And my mom even asked me, she's like, "Did you steal last time? You know?" And I was like, "No, I wouldn't do that, because I wouldn't do that. Like, why am I gonna steal? You know, I love to shop at Ulta, and like, obviously I'm gonna want to buy at Ulta. Like, they have such a good reward system too. Like what? Like, it made no sense. Like, I freaking shop at Ulta all the time, especially online. I be spending like hundreds of dollars. But anyway, yeah, so she was like, "Did you steal last time?" And I was like, "No, I didn't steal, you know." She's like, "Okay, because I'm gonna go confront that lady, you know." Because my mom, she could be a Karen, but like, she's not like one of those like really dramatic, mean Karens. Sometimes she's just like I like to call her a polite Karen, where she tells people off, but like in a nice way. But anyway, but obviously my mom was like angry this time. So me and my mom, we go back into the Ulta, and then my mom's like, "Who's the one who said, like, who did you talk to?" And then I point at the lady, you know, like I show her who, and my mom goes up to the Ulta employee, and she's like, "Did you accuse my daughter of stealing?" You know? And then the lady's like, "Hold up one moment," and my mom's like, "Did you accuse my daughter of stealing?" And she's like, "Wait one moment, like let me do this, let me put this away," or something like that. Because the lady was like, I don't know, I guess she was like putting things back from where they belong. Like, you know, she was working, doing her job, moving inventory around, I don't know. And then my mom's like, "No, did you accuse my daughter of stealing?" You know, because my mom was angry, and I'm just standing there besides my mom, like scared for my life, like anyway. So yeah, the lady was like, "Let me put this away, you know, like let me put this back." And I was like, at that point I was like, "Oh, we're not gonna get anywhere if my mom keeps on asking the same question." And I was like, "Mom, like just let her do what she has to do." So my mom was like, I guess like, "Okay," you know. So she let it, like she was calming down, and like the lady went and she did what she had to do really fast. And then she's like, oh yeah, so then the lady comes back, and my mom's like, "Did you accuse my daughter of stealing?" And then she said, "Yes, like last time when you and your daughter were shopping, the loss prevention caught you and your daughter stealing, you know, like." Now she was like saying that both of us were stealing or something like that. I don't know if at first she said both of us were stealing. Maybe she did, and I just kind of forgot to tell you. Or I don't know, but she said both of us, okay? And so she's telling both of us we're stealing, right? And my mom was like, she asked, like, "Let me see." She's like, "Let me see the camera footage, you know." But like, my mom wanted to see the footage of what we were stealing. The lady was like, "Well, I cannot do that, because like if you want to see the camera footage, then we have to get police involved, you know." And I'm like, "Oh my god, like obviously it's gonna be a huge mess if we get police involved." And like, that was stupid. And I kind of understand the lady, like you can't just show camera footage to anyone, you know. But like, my mom was pissed about that. And then what's it called, like my mom asked her, basically saying like, oh well, we don't know, like we would have to see the footage, right? So then the lady like decides to pull us up to the cash register section. Sorry. So the lady decides to pull us up to the cash register area, and then she's like, I guess like in order to check the camera footage, she has to know, you know, you have to know what date we were like stealing or whatever. And so she goes and goes into my mom's like Ulta account to see like when was the last time she was buying at the store, because obviously that was like the last time we shopped, the day that they accused us of stealing or whatever. Oh my god, you guys, I forgot to tell you this. Oh, you know what, I'll tell you afterwards when we get to that part, but I feel like I should have told you earlier. Okay, I'm just my thoughts. Okay, so she logs into my mom's Ulta account and sees when was the last time we purchased something, and then like afterwards she writes the date down, and then she goes to the back, I guess she goes to the back of the store, like, and she goes to check like the camera footages, and me and my mom are just like, we're just waiting there for probably like 5 minutes or something, you know. My mom asked me again, and we're just like, oh, did you steal? And I'm like, no mom, I didn't steal. And I'm like, she's like, cause I know I didn't she's like, I know I didn't steal. And I'm like, right, like how could either of us have stole anything? And then okay, so the lady comes back, the employee, right? And the employee that employee also, it turns out she was the manager too. Well, she was one of the managers, because I saw her little like name tag things that were saying that she was the manager. So that's why she was able to, like, I guess that's why she came up to me and she was able to check the footage and whatever. Oh yeah, so she comes back, and then she comes back to the cash register area, and then she pulls me and my mom again aside, like somewhere else, like on the other side of the store, or like an area where any of the other customers are not around, because like low-key my mom she was raising her voice a little, and we don't really want to make that glitched a little. we didn't really want to make, you know, we don't want to make a huge scene. And then my mom asked me like, oh, what does the footage show? Oh my god, I'm so sorry. And then so my mom's asking like, what does the footage show? And then the lady's saying like, oh, last time when you and your daughter were shopping, it shows that you had something, you were holding something in your hand, you know, you had something in your hand, and you gave it to your daughter, and she put it in her bag. stuff from her bag and put it in my backpack, right? So, so what I think is like maybe that's what the camera or like the footage was probably showing, was in that moment of like when we were doing that like interaction, me and my mom, because I'm like, what other interaction could we have done? Like we would look so suspicious. And then here's the thing, like the lady didn't want to tell us what items me and my mom stole, okay? Because my mom asked that, because you know, not only was she confused that we both tag teamed of stealing, like my mom's like, oh, so what items did we steal? And the lady's like, oh, we're unsure of what you stole, like the footage is unclear. Well, she didn't directly say that, I forgot specifically what she said, but obviously like I'm in this like so in shock, stressful moment, and we're just both confused that like we didn't really think this we weren't really thinking of what specific questions like could we like should have asked her. But like I remember like looking back at it, like after the whole interaction, I was like, so basically like the footage was unclear because this lady wasn't telling us what we stole, okay? So what's it called, so yeah, so she was like, yeah, last time, so they told us like, oh, we basically stole, and they're like, well, you're not, so like they told us like we're basically banned from the location, like we're no longer allowed to shop at that location, you know, we weren't welcome there. And we're like what, like we were in shock. I don't really remember what really went, like what specifically happened. I don't know if I said it earlier, like this was kind of like 4 months ago, so it's been a while, but all I remember was like kind of like after like what she told us that we were banned and we're like no longer welcome. I remember me and my mom, we both left, okay? We left the store because we weren't gonna make a scene. Like it's stupid to make a huge scene. Like why was my mom gonna try to fight her, like tell her off, you know? So we left the store or whatever. Oh, I also remember this whole interaction thing, like this, when they accused us of stealing our hotel. This was right before the holidays, right? And so I remember me and my mom, we went back into the car, and like my mom was yelling at me, or like she was like, you didn't, well, she wasn't really yelling at me, but she asked me again, like, are you sure you didn't steal? And I was like, no, I didn't steal. And she's like, no, like I didn't steal. Like we both couldn't believe it. Like I think we were both even crying in the car because we just couldn't understand what the heck was going on, right? And then so like we both just didn't understand what the heck just happened, right? So after that happened, so Ota interaction, like we were kind of unsure of what to do. And I remember like we told, me and my mom were telling like people like that we knew, like close friends or family, and some people were telling us like, oh, you should call customer service, you know, and like I guess file is it like a claim or something like that. And yeah, so basically like tell Ota customer service what happened, you know, like so they could investigate it and whatever. And a lot of people were telling us that, you know, but also since it was like getting near the holidays, my mom was just like already like stressed out about everything, like having to shop and like family and all that. Like basically the Ota situation of what happened with us was like the last thing on her mind, but like obviously it was still there in the back of her mind, so she kind of let it go like for a whole month, okay? But like for that whole month, me and my mom were just kind of like should we tell Ota customer service, because like what the, so we wanted to get the situation cleared, okay? So like a month passes by, like after the holidays, gonna let the weeks pass by to see like what their response was. I think like maybe actually it was probably like one to 2 months. Wait, we're already in March, so I would say maybe like a month and a half. They probably called us. They probably called us back like 2 more times after that, or 3 more, and it was just like again they made us like they made us like also sorry. So we had to talk to the customer service, and then I think my mom had to talk to like a higher up, okay? Like, cause I think they said that they were gonna actually investigate the situation further, cause they were gonna take it to corporate, okay? So that's what they did. So like, yeah, they only called like 2 more times or something, and then like there was like a third time. I'm sorry, I don't know exactly how many times because my mom was the one who was taking the phone calls. But what I could remember, what she was telling me. So then, like the third time, there, like it was probably like, okay, wait, let me clear it. The first time was like customer service. The second time was like the corporate people, and then finally, like the third time, we got like maybe one of the last phone calls. We actually got a phone call from Ulta Beauty store, the one that we got banned from, like the actual manager of that store, that location that they banned us from. Like, she wanted to know the whole situation that happened, and my mom told her the whole situation, right? And what's it called? In the end, like the lady, the manager, she basically apologized to my mom about what happened, because I guess it turns out, oh my god, the lady told us, like, it turns out that me and my mom were never banned from the store. That whoever was the manager that banned me and my mom, you know, she wasn't supposed to ban us. Like, she had no right to ban us at all, like to tell us that we couldn't leave that location, okay, that we were no longer welcomed. And I don't know what the heck was up that one manager's ass who tried to ban us. Maybe she tried to tell us that because she thought like, oh, we would be too scared to probably call freaking Ulta customer service, so maybe this will scare them off or whatever. But like the lady basically said like, oh, you guys are actually like, I'm so sorry for like the whole situation that happened. And like, I guess like she was gonna talk to the manager, like that we were never banned in the first place or whatever, and like that actually we were welcome to come back. And here I am like thinking like, bitch, we ain't never coming back. Like, that was I can't even say the word I can't say it, but you know, embarrassing. Basically, that was embarrassing. What the heck that happened to me and my mom. And yeah, and then like in the end, like the lady, like literally also like all she did in the end also was like, I guess we kind of got compensation, but we didn't ask for it because me and my mom were like, well, my mom was on the phone saying like, oh, we just wanted our name cleared, and the lady was like, oh, like I guess for compensation, she's like, I could give you a 20% off on your next Ulta purchase. Like, bitch, 20% off, like what the heck is that gonna get me? And I think my mom in the end, she ended up saying, yeah, I'll take that 20% off. And the lady, I guess she ended up giving it, to my mom. But I think my mom either had to pick it up at that location that we were banned at. Like, she's like, oh, you have to pick it up in this store. And my mom, obviously, she's like, I'm not gonna go to your store again. So she's like, no, I'm not gonna pick it up. So then they're like, oh, you know what? Like, what other location do you shop at? I could send your discount to that other location, and I'll send it to that manager so they can know that you have your 20% off or whatever. You guys, I'm sorry. I think I keep on like burping or something because I'm like nervous. through, you guys. Okay, we're ending the story basically. But what's it called? Okay, in the end, my mom didn't get her discount. Okay, and then fast forward, like, actually it was just, I don't know if this was a week ago or something. My mom got like one last call from Ota customer service. Actually, no, she didn't get one last call. My mom called them to like finally clear everything, because like even though the store at Ota at that location basically said we're not banned, we wanted to hear from corporate. And then apparently customer service actually said that, oh, like you should have gotten an email saying like, oh, that the situation was cleared. So like in the end it turned out like me and my mom, like our situation was cleared, and I guess we never really stole. And I don't know if it was like a misunderstanding, but like what the heck, man. And then my mom, I can't believe my mom, I think she even brought up that 20% discount. Thank you that they didn't even give her. And the lady at the customer service was like so nice, and she gave her back a 20% gift discount, and my mom used it to do her hair. But you know what, you guys, you know what I'm thinking about? Where was my 20% gift discount? I was the one who was accused in the beginning. I had to go through the whole like humiliation, the embarrassment. I'm like, Mom, you get a 20% gift card discount, but I don't get one. The heck? Alright, you guys. So that was my story. Actually, yeah, that's the end of it. Of my story time. Of when I was accused of stealing at Ulta. Well, me and my mom. Yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this story. And if you want to see more videos by me, subscribe.